Chapter 7 Introduction to HTML5. Inside the chapter HTML, Brief History of HTML, HTML5 and HTML Tools, Web Browser, Rules for Writing HTML Code, Structure of Simple HTML Document, Creating an HTML Document, Saving an HTML Document, Viewing an HTML Document, HTML Tags and Attributes. Internet, a most commonly used term these days, has become a vital part of our lives. It is a wide area network which helps people to communicate, explore, and search the information, to do online shopping, online banking, e-reservation, video conferencing, finding jobs, paying bills, and lots more. So, Internet is a network of networks, or we can say a large collection of computers which are connected to each other to share information and resources. Internet is based on client-server architecture. A client is a user's computer which sends the request to the server, and server responds by providing the required data to the client. Server contains a large database of information. This information is stored in the form of websites. A website consists of web pages. A web page is an electronic page that contains the information which can be text, graphics, audio, video, etc. These web pages are linked to each other through hyperlinks. A hyperlink is a link. On clicking on it, you move to the linked page. You have been using Internet for a long time. You open a website. You explore through web pages. But have you ever thought how these web pages are being created? Which language is used to create web pages? The language we use to create a web page is HTML. In this chapter, you will learn how you can create a simple web page. HTML. HTML, or Hypertext Markup Language, is a standard markup language which describes the structure of web pages using markup. This language is used to create web pages, also called hypertext documents. These documents can be viewed through web browsers like Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, etc. We can define the HTML as hypertext. Hypertext is a text which is used to create links to another web page. When you click on the hypertext, it moves you to the linked page on the same document or another document. Markup language. Markup language is a language which uses tags to apply appropriate coding on the text. Tags are used to give instructions to the browser how to display the text in a web page. We will learn about various tags and types of tags later in this chapter. Brief History of HTML. Hypertext markup language was developed by a scientist, Tim Berners-Lee, at CERN in November 1990. The journey of HTML was started as GML, General Markup Language, in 1980s. Then some modifications and new features were added in it, and a new version was established in 1986, namely SGML, Standard General Markup Language. Then Tim Berners-Lee, with his team, worked on it and redesigned it and create a language called Hypertext Markup Language. The standard version of HTML was HTML 2.0, which came into existence in 1990. Later newer versions came with new features and modifications. HTML laid down the foundation of World Wide Web, WWW. This was helpful for the scientists in different universities to access each other's research documents by linking the text within the research documents of scientists with relevant document of other researchers. Versions of HTML. Version, year, HTML 2.0, 1995, HTML 3.0, 1997, HTML 4.0, 1999, HTML 5.0, 2008, HTML 5.1, 2016. Fact file HTML 5.0 came into existence around 2008. Fact file in 2008, the first public working draft of HTML5 was released and is WBC supported. W-H-A-T-W-G HTML5. HTML5 is the current version of HTML. This version is also used to create web pages like the earlier versions of HTML. HTML5 comes up with many new features, but the main difference between HTML and HTML5 is that earlier versions of HTML did not support audio and video insertion feature. But HTML5 allows you to add audio and video files in the web document. There is no need of any external software plugins to insert video. There is also a canvas feature through which images can be created directly on a web page. By using HTML5 and the little creativity of a web page can be created which does not require any knowledge of programming. HTML tools. Two basic tools required to work with HTML are editor. Editor is required to create and save the HTML document. Browser is required to view the document. Web browser. A browser or web browser is a software application which is used to locate, retrieve, and present the contents on World Wide Web. It can be used to view web pages on the internet, to upload or download files, use security methods to secure the internet traffic, and use cookies to store information. Internet works on client-server mode. The web browser runs on client machine. When user needs to open a web page, he sends a request through web browser to the web server. On the other hand, the web server responds by sending the requested information back to client by opening a web page on the web browser. There are various types of web browsers which are free to download and use as Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox. Rules for writing HTML code. 1. You can write HTML tags and attributes either in uppercase or lowercase. It means HTML is not a case-sensitive language. 2. Tags and related properties must be enclosed in ni and setIt. 3. The attribute values must be enclosed within quotation marks. 4. Attribute values can be case-sensitive. 5. Inner tags must be closed before outer tags. 6. Tag names should not contain blank spaces. Structure of a simple HTML document. 1. HTML. It is tag which is the root element of an HTML page. Everything is written with an HTML tag. It must have an closing tag HTML. 2. Head. This tag is used to define the heading of a page. 3. Title. This tag defines the title of the document. 4. Body. This is the tag which is used to define the body section of the document. The general structure of an HTML document consists of two parts. A. Head section. Head section is used to contain the heading or title of the document. This title will be displayed in the title bar of the web page when you view the web page in a browser window. B. Body section. Body section is used to contain the contents of the web page. Whatever you see on a web page is defined in the body section of the HTML code. Creating in HTML document. HTML document can be created in a text editor like Notepad or WordPad. Let us create an HTML document using Notepad. 1. Click on Start button, All apps. 2. Select Windows Accessories, Notepad option. 3. A Notepad window will open. 4. Now type the HTML code for creating an HTML document in a Notepad, as shown in the figure. 5. After typing the HTML code in Notepad, you need to save it. Saving in HTML document. It is always important to save the HTML document so that it can be retrieved and viewed whenever required. Steps to save an HTML document are: 1. Click on File menu from the menu bar. 2. From the drop-down list, select Save or Save As option. 3. A Save As dialog box opens. 4. Type the name of document in file name text box and save it with an extension .html. Click on Save button. Fact file, HTML file, is always saved with an extension .html. Viewing in HTML document. An HTML document can be viewed using a web browser. You can view a document in any of the web browser mentioned in previous topic like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge. We are using a Microsoft Edge to open an HTML document. You need to follow the given steps. 1. Click on Start button, All apps. 2. Click on Microsoft Edge. 3. A Microsoft Edge window opens. 4. Type in URL file /c drive name in which your file is present and press Enter key from the keyboard. 5. It will display the list of all the files and directories which are present in C drive. 6. Now navigate through the files and directory to get the HTML file you want to open. 7. Click on the HTML file and the HTML document will get displayed on the screen as shown in the following figure. HTML elements or tags. HTML elements are the tags or commands which are used to create the structure of the HTML document. It also instructs the web browser how to display the contents of a web page. HTML tags are predefined keywords which must be enclosed in angular brackets, and each tag has properties to perform a specific task. Example B. To make the text bold, H1 is a heading tag, font size =10. To set a font size to 10. Types of HTML tags. HTML tags can be categorized in two parts: empty tags, container tags. Empty tags. The tags which have only starting tag but no closing tag are called empty tags. In HTML, using a closing tag on an empty element is usually invalid. These elements do not contain any contents. These are also called void elements. Empty tags are used to insert images, lists, breaks, horizontal rules, and hyperlinks. Syntax. Example: container tags. The tags which have both starting and ending tags are called container tags. The contents are placed inside the starting and ending tags. The starting tag is bracketed by and ending tag is bracketed by and. Syntax. Contents of a web page. Example. Tag attributes. Tag attributes are the tag properties which are used along with the related tag. These are the keywords which are enclosed in the starting tag, which are used to modify the default tag properties. Tag attributes are totally optional. These are used when some specific property of the tag needs to be changed. Attribute value must be enclosed in double quotation mark. Syntax. For example, it will change the color of text "Good morning" to blue. HTML text 1. HTML text. HTML is a container tag which has both the starting tag HTML and ending tag syntax HTML. All the other tags and contents of a web page are written inside HTML. It does not affect the appearance of the web page, it just identifies the document as an HTML document. When you run an HTML code in a web browser, it tells the browser that the code being run is an HTML code. Syntax. 2. Head tag. Head tag defines the header section of an HTML document. It is a container tag which contains the heading information of the document and does not affect the appearance of the document. Syntax. Title tag. Title tag defines the title of an HTML document. It is the sub-element of head tag and is always used with head tag. It is also a container tag. Whatever is written inside this tag becomes the title of the web document. Syntax. Body tag. Body tag is a container tag which is used to define the contents of a web page. Whatever you write in the starting and ending tag appears in the browser window and becomes the web page contents. It may be the text, images, headings, lists or tables. Syntax. Example. When you run it in a web browser, it appears as fact file. There are only 3 colors used in computer: red, green and blue RGB colors. All the other colors are formed by using these 3 colors. Do you know the range of colors is 0 to 9 plus A to F? Here 0 means nothing, that is pure black, and F means full, that is white. Attributes of body tag. BG color. This attribute is used to change the background color of the web page. The value assigned to the attribute can be in the form of color name or hexadecimal code. Syntax. B. Text. This attribute is used to change the text color of entire web page. The value assigned to this attribute can be a color name or hexadecimal code. Syntax. C. Background. The web page can be given a new appearance by adding an image in the background of the page. For this background attribute is used with body tag. The value to be assigned must be a complete path where the image is stored. Syntax. 5. Font tag. This is a text formatting tag which is used to format the text of a web page. Formatting the text means to change the looks of the text by displaying it in a presentable manner so that your web page looks more attractive. This can be done by changing the font face, its color, applying style to the font, or changing its size. Attributes of font tag. A. Face. This attribute is used to change the typeface of the text contained in this tag. The value assigned to this attribute is the specific font face. Syntax. B. Size. This attribute is used to change the default size of the text contained in this tag. You can assign the value, which must be from 1 to 7, where 1 indicates the smallest value and 7 indicates the largest value. C. Color. This attribute is used to change the default color of the text enclosed in this tag. The value assigned to this attribute must be color name or hexadecimal code. Syntax. Example. 6. Center tag. This tag is the container tag which is used to align the text to the center horizontally on the page. This tag is mainly used for headings or captions which are generally kept center of the document. You can also align any object or image to the center position using this tag. Syntax. Example. 7. BR tag. This tag is an empty tag which is used to insert a line break which will move the text to the next line. Let us understand it with the help of example. Syntax. For example, look at the following HTML code. You have seen that we have written all the days in separate lines, but in the output, all are in one line. So, in order to separate them and move them in new line, you need to insert breaks among them. Now look at the HTML code below. Here we have inserted BR tag in each line of days except the first line. Look at the output below. 8. P tag. This is a paragraph tag which is used when you want to display the text in the form of paragraph. It is a container tag. So, the text written in the PO tag is converted to a paragraph format. The text starts from new line and adds some extra space at the starting of the paragraph. Syntax. Example. 9. HR tag. This tag is a horizontal tag which is used to draw a horizontal line in a document. Thus, a user can see the visual division of information or section of a document. It is an empty tag and does not contain an ending tag. One-time use of each R will draw a single line. To draw two lines, use it twice. You can use this tag anywhere in a document. Syntax. Fact file. Default text color of the web page is black. Fact file. When you change the text color using body tag, that effect is applied to all the contents of a web page. When you change the text color using font tag, that effect is applied to only those contents which are inside the font tag. Fact file. There is no need to specify the end tag as it is implied by the context. Tag can also be considered as a paragraph fact file. You can also change the alignment of the paragraph to left, right, or center by using a gain attribute. Fact file. The difference between BRP tag is that BR moves the text to the immediate next line. P tag inserts a blank line and moves the text after that line. Attributes of each R tag. A. Align. This attribute is used to set the alignment of the line that is left, right, or center. Syntax. Here, value can be left, right, or center. B. Size. This attribute is used to specify the thickness of the horizontal line. The value assigned to the size attribute must be set in pixels. Syntax. C. Width. This attribute is used to set the length of the horizontal line. The value assigned to this attribute must be set in pixels or percentage. Syntax. D. Color. This attribute is used to set the color of the horizontal line. The value assigned to this value can be color, name, or hexadecimal code. Syntax. Example 10. Heading tag H1 to H6. This is a heading tag which is used to add headings in HTML document. Headings appear different from the rest of the contents in terms of size, thickness, or color. There are 6 levels of headings from H1 to H6. H1 represents the top level of heading and it is the most prominent heading. HE represents the bottom level of heading and is the least prominent heading. H1 is mainly used for main headings and rest of the header tags are used for subheadings or sub-subheadings. Syntax, where the value of in can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Example 11. B tag. This tag is used to make the text bold. This is a container tag, so the text enclosed in this tag will get bold in style. Syntax 12. I tag. This tag is used to make the text italicize. This is a container tag, so the text enclosed in this tag will get italicized in style. Syntax 13. U tag. This tag is used to make the text underline. This is a container tag, so the text enclosed in this tag will get underline in style. Syntax. Example. Recap corner. HTML or head-10 text markup language is a standard markup language which describes the structure of web pages using markup. HTML5 is the current version of HTML. Web browser is a software application which is used to locate, retrieve, and present the contents on World Wide Web. You can view a document in any of the web browser like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Internet Explorer, or Microsoft Edge. HTML elements are the tags or commands which instructs the web browser how to display the contents of a web page. The tags which have only starting tag but no closing tag are called empty tags. The tags which have both starting and ending tags are called container tags.